Okay, that's actually sick. Shiro, are you not Japanese? You are going to be at dinner for Wilhelm? I'm confused. But how do you enter this? Is it like totally accident or you can do this actually? Is she a ninja now? Did you mean literally? Do you have fire powers as well actually? This must be a wallpaper. Why the art of this game is so insane? I'm falling in love with Kay. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it seems it's about time for another episode of DS here. So yeah, I was like wondering what I should like record next, so I was like thinking maybe I should record on Mineko, maybe Hana Shirasu, maybe something else, but ultimately I thought like, hey, I have like some insane fight to do, so let's just go with DS here. So here we are in the next episode that's should be pretty intense and exciting, so I hope you are excited as I am, and let's just go to the episode and let's see what's going to happen. Leave up a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it, because check the subscription stuff and everything else around. Stuff like that, blah blah blah. We all know. Let us go and see what Shiro can do against Wilhelm, because this guy is like insane. Like, what the hell? He acknowledged the young man's exceptional athletic ability and realized he was no stranger to violent fights. I forgot to get something to drink, so be right back. But the terrifyingly colossal gap between his and Wilhelm's strength should have been evident to the boy. He should have realized that the victory was about a pipe dream. Yep, pretty much. So how will you deal with this? Fear, uneasiness, anxiety. None of these self-perceived traits must have functioned properly in Shiro. Yeah, he's broken. He was enjoying being caught between a rock and a hard place. Okay, only one conclusion remained. This was a rampage. Assuming that sanity had really taken leave of him, the boy was burning up his last drops of the fuel, pushing his body performance to its limits. His cockpit, his brain, had neither seatbelt or parachute. Okay, so he's basically driven by adrenaline and he's like just doing stuff. I can say that Wilhelm would be kind of similar to Shiro in the past before he had like these old like powers and everything. You can never know. Whenever they were separating his sense of pain or amplifying his 5 sentences, the intracerebral narcotics that caused those effects were generally a powerful and short-lived drug. Oh, so that's what was in the bottle that he got. Okay. It was as though the young man's body had been locked in the perpetual state of life-threatening situation response. All of its limits removed. Okay, so he's like basically on the peak of like human abilities now. Well, that's not enough to like fight Wilhelm. Like, you literally, maybe even if you can fight Wilhelm, you cannot hurt him. Like, you will just like break. It's like bullets cannot harm him. So what you will do? Shiro snorted, clearly not caring in the slightest. Yeah, he is insane. You cannot! Like, this is like literally impossible. Arrogance, nonsense. There was not knowing one's place, and then there was it. Was this? But even if he was bluffing, he still had bars to say it. Not bad. Okay. His informative net is so freaking good. He already knows that he's the first lieutenant. Okay. I mean, Wilhelm, you can pretty much sit down and just wait like Shiro can do shit to you. Shiro called flattered as he laughed off Wilhelm's barrage of nonsensical questions. Yo, that's sick! Okay, that's actually sick. Look at him! Holy shit! He looks badass. That's cool. Okay. I'm 100% agreeing with Shiro here. I'm 100% agreeing with him. Also, he considers Wilhelm as the weaker one. That's weird. Like, K is the weaker one. But yeah, anyway, I agree with this. Like, when I play like with friends and stuff, like multiplayer stuff, and we have like, for example, weaker enemies and like stronger ones, I always tell everyone just like destroy the weaker ones because gun is the gun. You know, even it will chip off your HP for like very little amount, it still will chip off your HP. And it will be way easier to kill these than the big guns. Naturally, this team up was born for that very reason. Wait! Shiro, are you not Japanese? He just played the racist line against Ren and Kei. Are you not Japanese, or you are just like racist because of that? because you just do that.
まあそりゃ実際怪しいとこだが、あいつはあれで結構容赦ない性格もしてるんだよ。場合によっちゃガキでも遠慮なんかしねえよ。それに
The Desert Eagle gleamed with a black luster in the dark of night. Shiro was spinning all 2 kilograms of the world's most powerful pistol with his left index finger as he made another cheval remark. And that's weird. I really thought that Wilhelm is stronger. I don't know what's your reasoning, Shiro, here. Yo! Okay. An orchestra of blazing muzzle flashed as deafening roars passed forth in an instant. A series of baffling, impossible curved shots that completely disregarded all basics and theories of the proper ballistics. Okay. Is he going to like... Yeah, you can see this gun. Are you going to like do like some crazy movie move that's like you will shoot the bullets and they will like change trajectory midway? Normally, anyone who tried to pull off a stunt like this with such a large caliber would soon destroy their own wrists than the target. Yep, pretty much. If you never shot Desert Eagle, this thing is fucking powerful. However, Shiro Desert Eagle rounds when flying towards his opponent midline, heading for all vital spots from the brow to his heart, without even the slightest bit of devotion. The only problem was that Wilhelm ended up catching them all with his bare hands. Great! As he crushed bullets scattered crushed bullets scattered on the ground, Wilhelm went on with a taunt.
いくらか丈夫で鈍感ってだけのやつが他に芸もなく俺の前に立ったってんならお前。
Wilhelm's body began to tremble. His relaxed movements and posture reminiscent of that of the predator about to sink its fang into its prey. Yep. The blow launched by Wilhelm was merciless, brimming with strength and exceeding speed by surpassing any human standards. A full-blown attack of his current Asaya degree, without even the slightest hint of resistance. Okay. A full-blown of his current Asaya degree. I forgot what that was like. What? Asaya was the weapon, right? Okay. With his current, yeah, the current level, I guess. That's just that. I kind of forgot what that was, the Asaya thing. Kinda. Somehow. In other words, this was a test of sorts. If his opponent was a normal human, he would likely die in one shot with no hope of counterattack. But should he survive, even for a few seconds, he could be classified as a low-grade superhuman. In which case, he would be worth devouring right here and now. Okay. In the end, Shiro passed that magnificently dangerous test with flying colors. He used a completely different method to save out the strike that would otherwise be impossible to evade or block through mere human strength and reflexes and stamina. The blow itself was impossible to dodge, besides the average man would likely be completely paralyzed by fear. With his sense of danger lacking, the only thing Shiro could do was hit Wilhelm's arm with a grip of his gun. He handled it like a knife, though due to its unwieldy shape, it allowed for just a single trajectory. At a glance, it appeared to be more than the futile struggle on his part. But that in itself did not prove to be a problem in this case. If one could not evade the attack altogether, all it came down to was avoiding a direct hit, and so he did. Shiro was sent flying, as though he just came into contact with a speeding train car. He wasn't even swept away by the attack itself, but the air pressure it generated. Holy shit! Okay. Well, Shiro, you are going to be at dinner for Wilhelm, but you struggle. Okay, we know you are good. Wilhelm couldn't help but show a hint of the admiration at his opponent's unexpected methods of dodging. Naturally, Shiro didn't escape from that unscratched. He suffered a severe dislocation, a wrong move and his bones would have shattered into pieces. However, the fact remained that he escaped with the minimum possible injury. Furthermore, he likely paid no heed to the wound of this caliber. Yeah, probably, he's insane enough. And he's like pushing with the adrenaline. The way he kept firing his gun without missing a beat, despite flying through the air, even after what should have been severely painful collision, stood testament to it. There was no longer any doubt that Shiro felt no pain whatsoever. Whoa! Wilhelm? That's terrifying. Holy shit, he really looks like a vampire here. Look at these like glowing red eyes. This guy is crazy, holy shit. I love it. After taking each bullet head on without dodging, a brisk sensation of numbness spread all through Wilhelm's body. His eyes glimmered in dangerous hue a crimson like embers, while his canines began to extend. It is a vampire! After performing a flawless landing, Shiro rose to his feet and flashed a confident smile. Indeed, Shiro's actions only seems to hasten his own downfall. While his previous exchange of blows with Wilhelm was admirable, he might have been luckier if he had perished then and there. The reason was simple. Okay. Okay, Wilhelm. Most who provoked the Ivory Demon, to this extent, had met a fate worse than death. Yep, he's going to add him to his collection of souls. Nice. But he was the merciless Kaziklu Bey. Kaziklu, yeah, Kaziklu Bey. A demon who literally thirsted for the blood of others.
ただの人間相手に怠慢でこれ使うのは30年ぶりくらいだよ。
I use this on the mere human. Okay.
名乗りな。覚えといてやる。
The very air began to sway and tremble, heralding the descendant of the something monumentally sinister. Descent. Okay. Waked energies sprout up like the heat and haze, shrouding the venicity in the foul stench of blood. Surrounded by the kind of miasma that would make lesser men vacate the contents of the stomachs, Shiro went on in the calm tone. Nice. So, what kind of move is like required in order to devour soul then? In case of like Bey of Wilhelm. Because the Schreiber, we remember that he just like sucked everything into his eye somehow. Are you like really a vampire? Are you going to bite his neck or something? Yo, okay. The shockwaves of Wilhelm becoming crackle pulverizing the pavement, destroying even nearby streetlights. Still shaken by the violent feet of laughter, the ivory demon recalled how much he enjoyed toying with prey like this. Ah yes, the brat had a bite to match his bark. He would keep the things entertaining enough until Wilhelm finally chose to devour his soul. He earnestly hoped the boy wouldn't do anything to kill the mood. Okay. At that moment, his body, that had up until now been so balanced, could pass off as the ballet dancer, began to twist and bend. He bulged, undulated, and started to ringing like the Omubea. Wait, what? Almost like the blood in his body had a will of its own. What? They want what? Okay. So I was right that they have like some other powers like not related to souls? I was right? What kind of power is this? The moment he uttered these words, the very blood exploded. Oh wait, that was Bey. That wasn't. I thought it was Shiro who was talking, and like. Uh.
ならそれ外れだ。夜の俺は死なねえ。死なせてくれなんだよ。こいつらがな。俺が死ぬだと？ならそれ外れだ。
It is Shiro.
夜の俺は死なねえ。
It is Shiro who said that. Okay, but we have Bey with something blood related on him, and it's scary as fuck. Culminating in the blooming of the formed plants that have been cultivated within the seedbed of his body. Seedbed of his body. What? Yet they sported neither flowers nor leaves, neither sap nor fruits. They all all they possessed was the most wicked of essences, for they were all the extensions of his bloodlust and the manifestation of his fangs, all troubling in synchrony with the beating of his heart. What the fuck? Wait, okay, so that was Bey. Wait, I'm mistaken like voice actors here. So this is laugh of Bey. I thought it was Shiro who was like, ha, I cannot die.
ならそれ外れだ。夜の俺は死なねえ。死なせてくれなんだよ。こいつらがな。
It is freaking Shiro. I'm going to die, I can see. I can't die. It's Shiro. So what the fuck? I'm confused. It like now it looks like it's from Bay, but before it looks like it was from him. What the fuck? Even Shiro found himself at loss of words, astonished even. The destroyed pavement on Wilhelm crumbled to sand, while the still flickering streetlights vanished without a trace. They completely and literally withered away, squeezed for everything they had. Like Quillpuff, the Tree of Death. I never heard about that. Wilhelm drained life from all around him, be it water or electricity, and claimed it for himself. Okay, this is fucking overpowered. So that was actually Wilhelm. This dialogue makes no sense. It, like, from the dialogue perspective, it should be Shiro. What? Okay, I would just accept that. I'm not going to into that. But yeah, okay, so this is him. I thought like Shiro had like some special power like that, but that's Aknebere of Wilhelm, and it's sick as fuck. Inorganic substances were no exceptions either. One hardly needed too much of an imagination to picture exactly what would befall any living creature devoured by it. That's similar to like what Rusauka did on the roof, right? Like she passed by and her like shadow make things like crumble away.
一つ忠告してやるよ。
Despite being covered from head to toe in the stench of blood, Wilhelm's voice remained contrastively gentle. His words held no falsity, no pretense, only the truth, bare and exposed.
こうなると手加減できねえ。限り出すんだよ。こいつらがよ。
Okay. Splitting, thunderous roar shook the vicinity, like the explosion of cannonball. He couldn't see, no, perceive a thing. She realized that in fact he only heard the roar of explosion after the blast had already happened. Well, okay. As such, all of his actions were but a result of reflexes, near superhuman reactions unshaken by the conscious of mind. Although the very fact he had prepared the stage to lead to this in the first place could be interpreted as the premeditated action. In truth, the only thing that betrayed his expectations was the scale of the feat his opponent had pulled off. The vending machine he immediately ducked behind for cover was crushed like the empty box of cigarettes. To make things worse, its blown away mass had turned into a little weapon, crushing straight into Shiro. And that was hardly all. A blood-stained stake shot in his direction, piercing right through the giant lamp of iron, violating his vision. Shiro let out an audible cry of pain. Though the stake didn't hit him directly, it managed to take out a chunk from his flank.
痛えか？痛えだろ。嬉し涙流せよ俺。
Okay, that's the same sprite we had before, but this time it's more freaking evil. This looks sick. Holy crap. I love him. Also, this is interesting. Like, Bay is... Like, his weapon is contradictory to his, like, personality, you know? Like, he's like a brawler. He likes to fight, basically in close combat, it seems. But his weapon is like medium/long range. Once he would send both Shiro and the vending machine flying. Wilhelm chased after his prey and launched a punch at him from above. The only thing that saved Shiro from the fate of getting squared and pinned under the machine was the series of acrobatic moves made possibly only through his inhuman reflexes. As such, that transpired could only be described as a miracle. Once Shiro managed to perform a one-handed back handspring to put some distance between himself and Wilhelm, the latter shot a stake after him. The first shot was instinct, The second one was fate. The formation had made them visible. Their speed exceeds kinetic vision to begin with. With their power doubled, they were dangerous beyond compare. However, in spite of that, Starkey dodged them, evaded them. Wilhelm couldn't lay a single hit. Well, holy shit! What can I say? The numbing heat, the nauseating shudders and chills, the scar on his flank, amounting to no more than a graze, arched with a pain 1,000,000 times more maddening in intensity than his dislocated elbow. His agony was not physical in nature, for it felt like a fang had been thrust deep into his very spirit. The accursed weapon violated and devoured his soul, tormenting his prey with a complete disregard of the resilience of pain. Naturally, Shiro neither knew nor comprehended any such principles. But there was one thing he knew, or rather thought. He was dying to roll on the floor and laugh his heads off. Okay, this guy is just... I'm glad we don't have him as the enemy. Can you imagine him having like actual powers? Wow. He could be like the strongest character. He felt pain, dread, joy, and above all else, rage. Rage, indication. The only way to express that cornucopia of emotions was through laughter. Okay. The true abnormality occurred right afterwards. Wilhelm launched a fierce attack, considering of entire scores of stakes, capable of squaring a normal person 100 times over. Yet not a single one of them managed to hit their target. A hail of projectiles, like spears held at the ready, showered down upon Shiro, yet he dodged them all while charging ever onwards. What a madman! Wow! Wilhelm paused in amazement. He would have likely done the same in his shoes. Shiro was not fast at all. He was slow even. At the very least, being able to dodge this incessant barrage of stakes should have far exceeded his physical capabilities. So how was he pulling it off? Yeah. No one should have been repeatedly that lucky. Intuition out of the norm. Okay. So he basically achieved Ultra Instinct. I should make a meme out of this, probably. Shiro uttered those absolute remarks right in Wilhelm's face. No man had even gotten this close to Wilhelm without being hit even once. He had not seen anything this abnormal in his whole 8 decades of carnage and murder. So maybe it was Shiro who said he cannot die at night? I'm confused now. Can you help me in the comments? Who said that? He cannot die in night. Was it Shiro? Maybe it was Shiro actually. No matter what choice I make, I can die early. Okay. So it is Shiro who said that. It must be Shiro. So it was just confusing because Wilhelm activated his power at the same time. I think that's it. It was just confusing because of that. Shiro struck Wilhelm on the chest as though he was casually messing around with his best buddy. All the while flashing the smile of the kid who had been caught pulling a prank. Okay. But how do you enter this? Is it like totally accident or you can do this actually? At that moment, almost like he was trying to shoo away a pesky fly, Wilhelm sent Shiro flying with a single wave of his arm, demonstrating the latter's painfully average speed and resilience for all to see. The sight of it made one question whenever or not Shiro pure acrobatics had been all real. Wilhelm looks sick with this. Look at that. His Agner beret is very weird, but also very sick. He looks like he's like impaled, if you think about this. He looks like he's impaled with like branches or like blood. It depends what you can think about this. But it looks like he's impaled. Wilhelm was left truthfully confused. He couldn't understand what the deal was with this guy. Was he strong or weak? Was he a joke or was he for real? He couldn't tell, nor he was in any condition for long wind pondering right now. Anger, shame and delight. Even if forming this weapon didn't leave him unable to... Even if forming his weapon didn't leave him unable to form all but the simplest thoughts, Wilhelm would have abandoned pursuing those questions any further. Oh! Interesting! So forming a weapon is like altering his way of thinking. For his blood danced in exhilaration, his heart throbbed with joy. His ocular bay surrounded his body to pure and undiluted frenzy in the face of such mysterious and unusual prey. He felt like $1,000,000. His voice trembled with passion to the point it made him slur his words. Wilhelm made it his mission to devour the brat, no matter what he had in store for him. Okay. Shiro stood up and winked.
The end. Bye bye.
What? You just shot him with bullet. What do you mean? With a crack of thunder, he shot a bullet aimed straight at Wilhelm's heart. A pointless attempt, of course, for the mere bullets could not harm Knight of the Obsidian Round Table. Well, pretty obvious, we had this presented like all the time. However... Shiro had touched Wilhelm then just a few seconds ago, and the latter didn't bother to check why he did that. What? And a moment later, two abnormalities occurred. What? 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 What occurred? What occurred? Why are you skipping to Sakurai? What? What happened? What? You know what? We'll do extra episode for DSIR. We'll do extra episode. I will leave the episode now. I will make a cliffhanger. And we'll do extra episode for the DSIR. We'll go with the shorter episode for the fight of Shiro against Bei. And next time we'll see Sakurai and maybe the ending of the Bei. Actually, you know what? No. Forget what I just said. Forget what I just said. Let's just continue. I cannot like just leave it be. I just cannot. Sakurai and I made our way across the plaza in front of the tower, all the way over to the nearby Suwahara Bridge. She was the one who led me here, though I was trying to avoid being separated from Shiro. She kindly lured me to this place without even realizing what she was up to. I gritted my teeth in frustration, knowing it was too late.
Shiro...
With that idiot be alright. I'd seen with my own eyes that his confidence was not misplaced. But I didn't mean he could beat Wilhelm. I hoped he would try and escape, but I also knew, irritatingly well, that he was not that kind of guy. Sakurai have it aside, like this was someone else's problem, despite her being the very person make me this frustrated. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Like, his power is like influencing everything, like everything withered away. No matter if it's like alive or not. So I can see why he's not really like party player.
まあそれであなたの友達がどうなるかは知らないけど、一応もう一度だけ聞くわね、藤井君。そう。
Wait. Okay. We didn't say anything. Sakura lips formed a fine smile as she gathered doubts for my expression. Oh. Oh shit!
じゃあ始めようか。
That was fast! Okay, I may like this fight even more. Whoa, look at her. This is one freaking badass stance. This is like low, like some martial artist just like being low and like doing like some crazy stuff. She looks sick. I love it. She's not waiting. She then lunged at me without even waiting for me to reply. Shit, that was fast.
さっきは手加減していたの。
Yep. Her leg slid gracefully along the ground, rising upwards to deliver a creak to my solar plexus. I crossed my arms to block the attack, only to end up being launched to the air. A strike from her right fist soon followed, leaving me with no time to recover. It hit me dead on, knocking me away.
頑丈。
God damn it. This was the first time a girl had even pushed me this hard. Some guys might have been into that, but I sure as hell wasn't.
つうか女のパンチじゃねえよ。
They probably can like... Actually, who knows? They are probably at the same like strength level. It all depends on how many souls you have. Really. She did an absolute manner on my chin. Hell, her punch felt strong enough to tear through iron plating. Sakura was one of them, no doubt about it. She had enough power to kill people with ease, and had no qualms about using it.
女と殴り合うのは主義に反する？
いや。
Besides, I'm not groping you together with normal girls anyway.
じゃあかかってきなさいよ。私、男の人のプライドを折るのはあまり好きじゃないけれど。
Okay.
あなたはちょっといじめたいわね。
Wow. Okay. Oh. Sakura charged at me again, jabbing her elbow towards my stomach. She then grabbed my sleeve and lifted me up, performing a shoulder throw. A blow on my back left me choking for air as I grew dizzy from smashing the back of my head. My vision grew dark, but I still made out. Well, zero chance. Zero chance. Like, Ren is pretty stupid. He had problems with, like, making his Yetzirah. He had a problem with making the formation of his weapon when he was attacked by Sakurai and Bei. He could create this, like, when he was, like, walking with her. Why he didn't, like, bring up his weapon when he had time and he could concentrate? Now he's, like, once again attacked by Sakurai all the time, and he had, like, no way to, like, concentrate about like doing stuff. I twisted my neck and dodged right before she crushed my face with her boot. The asphalt cracked with a dull sound as the impact once again sent my body flying. Sakurai caught me and hauled me aside. Whee! While trying to endure the violent pain caused by crashing into the bridge steel frame, I recalled something Sakurai had once said. You can hardly even consider something of this caliber pain, right? Yeah, so this thing is so damn painful. That would like kill a person like easily. So yeah, that says a lot. Pain signaled that one's body was in danger. My arm might have been in good shape after being driven into the concrete, but the intense pain I felt was clear proof that Sakurai attacks posed a deadly threat. Right. If it was a little weapon, it could be people. Yep, hi! Hi, Spinner! Your original CG is terrifying and disturbing as fuck. Just like back then. Just like him. An abnormality, the existence of which warps the very fabric of common sense. Sakurai glided toward me in pursuit. Her speed and strength were both staggering, terrifyingly so. But so were mine. Oh? How on earth could she do all this without hesitation? Oh, he actually activated it. Okay. I grabbed her fist mid-punch. Ooh, he's... Okay, he just decided to grab it. Okay. Yeah, I'm like wondering what's the deal with Sakurai. I don't know, like... I know like others wants to like revive Heldrich for some reason. They just like into some weird shit. But why Sakurai is with them? Like she have like nothing to do with Nazis. So why you're with them? That's weird. That's something I want to like reveal, basically. I want to understand why she's with them. I was scared, in pain, and about to throw up. Did they get a kick out of the did they get a kick out of reducing someone to a state they themselves never want to be in? That didn't make them feel alive or what? Bullshit. She had always been difficult to deal with, in more ways than one, and the fact I kept meeting her under these circumstances only amplified it. Still, I would never once lost sight of my initial goal. I remember the rage that shook my body that night. I hadn't forgotten the vow I took. I would teach those bastards a lesson for laying waste to our everyday lives, no matter the cost. I recall her saying she wanted to attend school some more. Okay. Hint of amusement slipped into Sakurai's tone, her arm still being locked in place by my hand. With my gaze, a clear reflection of my burning determination, and the strength in my hand ready to crush her very bones, I went on. And put my resolve into my words. Yo, okay. Can we not kill her? Please? We still need to know why she's doing that? And with that, I pulled on her arm with all my might, flinging her behind me. My throw shot Sakurai right through the fence, and up into the night sky. Even I found myself surprised by the ridiculous strength behind the move. But now was not the time to rack my brains over it. I mean, you have like insane soul inside of you, or souls, because you have like souls from all the time the Mari killed people, I guess. So you have hundreds and thousands of souls, basically, I think. What I was, what I could do, and what I mean to accomplish, I'd have all the time in the world to worry over the moral and aesthetical bullshit once this was over. For now, I would keep myself focused on the situation at hand. In other words, I didn't care if I turned into the irritable piece of shit like these assholes. Wow. What an irony, huh? To defeat something, he will become what he wants to defeat. If I could have one wish, it would be that Kasumi and Himuro to never learn about this and what I had become. Oh fuck, goddammit. I turned into a bone-fidal lowlife myself. I dashed through the hole Sakurai made in the fence and gave myself to the air. The surface of the water was about 20 meters directly below me, and I couldn't move my body mid-air like she did. Sakurai, on the other hand, managed to turn around mid-air with little to no effort, going as far as to deliver a kick towards me, without any sort of foothold. What the hell was that kind of exquisite weight-shifting technique she just used? Well, she is very acrobatic, we all know that. At least from what she presented, and we had like in the previous episode as well. So... Oh! Wait, what? Arrogant bitch. We exchanged kicks and punches while falling, and so much as pained me to admit it, her technique far surpassed mine. But that said,
すごい。やっぱり伊達じゃない。あなたこそが富士。
over the dipping hole of the wind during our rapid descent, I could make of hints of passion, admiration, excitement in her voice. I had no idea what she was so happy about, but we would be hitting the water in just a few moments.
あなたこそが私たちの恋人。
Lover? What? Sakura aimed a kick from above at the back of my head while making a comment I couldn't possibly ignore. I blocked it in the nick of time, but ended up crashing into the waves below, sending a grand column of water shooting up in the air. Gritting my teeth at my embarrassing defeat, I immediately got up and surveyed the surroundings. Where did Sakura land?
すごいわ。本当に信じられない。
Okay. She was the one I couldn't believe.
たった数日でこんなにも自分がとんでもない無能に思えてくる。
I think he's probably just like fighting on instinct now. Sakura was standing out of the water. Is she a ninja now? Wait, what? Her words have been oddly self-derailing, but her skill was certainly genuine. Wait, what? A girl, and one roughly around my age, no less, who managed to go toe-to-toe with a bunch of war-crazed veterans of over 60 years. Was this how the so-called prodigies were?
天才ね。
Shouldn't make a leak of sense to me as usual.
私が今のあなたくらいのものになるまで何人殺して何年かけてきたか知らないでしょう。わからないんでしょうね。きっと。
She's jealous of him. Okay.
ああ、なんだか少しベイたちの気持ちも分かってきた。あなた、とても腹が立つわ。
Okay. At the very same time, I could feel my breathing growing cracked. Alongside an overwhelming wave of pressure that made my body feel like it was about to sink. And yet, on a completely different level, I also generally felt something akin to lack of oxygen.
喧嘩が強くて誇らしいかって言ったわね。ええ、誇らしいわよ。だって私にはそれしかないもの。
Sakura's smile appeared faint, weak, and somehow unstable. She was always spouted her nonsense with that composed look of hers. But could it all have been no more than a mask, a charade on her part?
あなたみたいに血が嫌いで大事な人もそばにいてついて好かれて幸せね。私みたいなのを糾弾してればさぞかし英雄気分でしょうよ。そうやってかっこいい自分に酔ってればいい。
Sakurai cast her gaze downward ever so slightly, her shoulders trembling from laughter, with a chilling smile still on her lips. She hurled her naked, exposed feelings at me.
バカらしいわ。あなた死んでよ。
Okay.
ここならスワス地下も近い。
As nearby. Okay, I still need to understand your... how you're creating this. I could like at first like thought I understand why Ren is swastika, but then we have Spine that became one, and now one is nearby? What do you mean?
首を持って行ってあげる。
Okay. Whoa, what the fuck? What's that explosion? At first I didn't immediately understand what had just happened. But I was once again staring at empty air with the surface of the water far below me. She just launched him into the air somehow. What?
水蒸気爆発
Yeah, like how the fuck? Some kind of heat? But she's not like manipulating fire. The Sauriel is fire girl. I think her name was Sauriel, right? I think. I don't... yeah, something like that. Part of the sea was boiling, emitting waves of hot steam. The place I'd been standing at had turned into the pits of hell in an instant. Impossible. How in the world you could generate that much heat in a split second?
言ったでしょ。睨んで燃やせる敵がいたらどうするのって。
Can burn things with glare? Did you mean literally? Do you have fire powers as well, actually? Her words cleared my doubts in an instant.
連れて後ろから殴ればいい。無理よ。私そんなに鈍くないもの。
The source of the inferno was Sakurai herself, capable of generating staggering levels of heat out of seemingly nowhere. Actually, not quite. I knew the source.
それが
I looked down from above.
ええ。これが
Ah? Sakurai met my gaze from below.
私の生物。
Okay. Which is? Oh! Yo! Oh my god, this must be a wallpaper. Holy shit. That makes sense why she's like so good in hand-to-hand combat. She literally have a sword. Wow, she's perfect opponent for Ren in his situation. We are actually going to have like two blades against each other. Whoa! I love it. Okay. So she's not like manipulating fire, she creates fire weapon. Holy shit. Sakurai could condense the heat, mold it into form, and wield it as the weapon. A true embodiment of raging flames.
継戦
I love this like
継戦
this effect. A sort of blazing scarlet, siphoning oxygen from the very air around it. No wonder I couldn't breathe here. It appeared I had seriously pissed her off somehow.
俺も言ったろう。お前の都合なんか知ったことかよ。
I couldn't stand her. And the feeling appeared to be mutual. I may have been overly obsessed with a peaceful life. But that didn't mean a bunch of war-crazed assholes had to rise to complain about it.
そうよ。そうやって結局あなたも私と一緒。自分だけが一発に愛と正義のヒーローだなんて思い上がるな。
I have to admit that
単純じゃない。
I like her Yetsirak better than Base. It gives like way more badass vibe. I'm weak against swords. I really like sword fights, like sword related like techniques, fights and like stuff like this. This is amazing. She's so beautiful with this though as well, if you look at this. Damn! She met my descent through the air with an absurd swing of her blade, which I blocked with my right arm. And there goes the arm! I didn't hear the sound of tearing flesh and bone, only the metallic clang of two blades crashing against one another. Oh, you activated your weapon actually. Okay. Or it just like activated by its own. Could be.
何よりの証拠。
Yep, there it is. Hi, Mari. Sakurai and I both found ourselves propelled backwards. My arm began to shift form in response to her bloodlust. My craving to behead my foes materialized as the blade dark as midnight, forged for the sole purpose of decapitation.
あなた戦いが好きでしょ。実は血に酔えるでしょ。でないと到底そんなもの形になってるはずない。
I have souls in me that thirst for blood pretty much all the time, so yeah. Kinda hard to suppress that feeling. I had just about enough of her.
わけわかんねえこと言ってんじゃねえ。
The moment I uttered those words, I kicked off the surface of the water. Why the art of this game is so insane? There was no special trick behind it, or anything of the sort. I simply kicked off the water before my legs could sink. It was in a sense, or rather, with absolute certainty, a feat of strength more overburdening than magic. Look at that. Oh. Oh my god, this is so awesome. Look at her eyes. I'm falling in love with Kei. Sakura, you are so good. Are you going to win against Rusauka? I didn't saw much of Rusauka yet, so who knows, maybe something will change, but you are pretty damn amazing. And you have a sword. Flaming sword. However, having powers that allowed me to justify any kind of over-the-top, nonsensical feat had long since made me discard all the semblance of common sense. I simply believed I could do it. A combination of my strong will and firm self-confidence gave me the impetus I needed to unleash that immense power without having anyone teach me how. I could feel my very own fighting spirit, tempered by Sakurite hostility, making me concentrate every fiber of my being on emerging victorious. Dashing across the surface of the water, parallel to me, Sakurai launched a series of slashes, admirable in terms of speed, yet quite easy to predict at the same time. I picked her for the stoic type, but she seems to have about as short a fuse as Kasumi, making her both reckless and stubborn to a fault. What was I do next? I should have gotten used to looking quick-tempered into people into traps. How would I go about angering her further? And what about I need to prioritize to achieve that? My words? My words? Conduct? Something else entirely. We would interacted several times before, but there had been a hint in there somewhere. So there had to be a hint somewhere. I just had to remember it. Countless memories and feelings welled up within me, forming a whirling jumble of mess in my mind. Even after racking my brain for what felt like an eternity, I couldn't for life come up with a sound enough idea to base my strategy around. I think there was something that she was like not satisfied with when we were like asking the questions her on the roof. I don't remember, just like I don't remember what that was though. There was something that she didn't like, if I'm correct. All I ended up with more violent impulses, accompanied by the first aching to be quenched. Why couldn't I come up with something when I needed it most? Damn it, I couldn't think straight. Snickering, Sakurai dodged my attack, with little to no effort, before finally speaking up again. Okay. Okay. I didn't get it. Even though her words registered in my brain, I couldn't comprehend the deeper meaning behind them. With anything in a day or two. So basically, she says that he's still way too weak. All I knew was that my attacks weren't getting through to her at all. I think I know what can piss her off. Like, something that if he says to her that you are weak or you are like Spine was stronger than you, something like that, something that will show that she's like inferior to him, that would piss her off. Because she was jealous of how strong he is now, and now she's like glad that he's still not that strong and stuff. Wait, hold on. Have my attacks been too dull and predictable compared to hers? You fusion types. Okay. Huh, interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense because... Okay, there's like one other perspective the fusion type can do. But, so, first of all, she's the, like, I forgot that you said in the comments what type of Agner Bearer there are. This is like materialization. So she can basically fight with it with her own skills, however she wants. In the Ren situation, he have like two brains basically, one on the weapon and one of himself, and he's either like controlling the weapon or the weapon controlling him. They didn't thought about the situation when they like in total sync, you know, like we are trusting each other and we fight together, something like that. So I think that's what Ren is supposed to achieve here in order to get level higher. Sakurai attack pattern underwent an abrupt instantaneous charge. She sent a thrust my way without any prior warning, launching a kind of attack I had never seen from her during the entity of our scuffle. Her blade was the fire. It unsheathed a chillingly perfect strike. Was she actually?
私はあなたやベイほど爆発力を持ってないから。
Okay. Despite having my ear slightly nicked off, I dodged the attack by a hair per Dave. Attempt to regain my stance. However, her relentless barrage of thrusts left no room for me to such an opportunity. Each attack, flashed with unprecedented speed, elegance, and ferocity, a merciless series of thrusts unleashed with the precision that trained surgeon, so she really was.
考えてはめるのよ。それが私の戦い方。器用貧乏だからね。
Yep, I can see that. Okay.
演技か。
Her curved smile. Wings were all bluffs designed to lure me to a false sense of security.
全部が全部とは言わないけど。
Sakurai lips curled into a teasing smirk.
そこは想像に任せるわ。女は秘密が多い。
Wow, Sakurai is so good. Sakurai's blade came extending towards me. She was aiming low for my feet.
殺さない。けど逃がさない。
At this speed, an emergency stop was out of the question, nor could I change directions. In short, there was no way for me to dodge.
陛下の戯れを正気で乗り越えられたら褒めてあげるわ。藤井君。じゃあね。終わりよ。
At that moment... Joe, what the fuck? Was that Heldrich? He wanted to meet with Ren? An ominous feeling of discomfort assailed me out of nowhere. Like I became a lab rat. A worthless creature trapped in cage. That wasn't quite the best way to express it. This didn't feel like this at all. It was more like being an ant burned under a magnifying glass, watched by someone whose very gaze unleashed heat rays. I somersaulted forward, bouncing off the surface of the water like a pebble. I no longer paid any heed to Sakurai attacks, and instead struggled with all my might to escape that inscrutable gaze. I vaulted off the surface of the water as I tumbled down, and soon enough found myself face to face with the steel frame of the bridge towering before me. Tapping into the momentum I built up, I proceeded to dash up the bridge without a moment of hesitation. I could hear Sakurai's voice and feel her presence from behind as she came after me in pursuit. It then finally hit me that my shoulder had been wounded. She was pierced it open during her previous attack. I wasn't sure if I could call this lucky break, but having an injury like this, no matter how severe it might be, still beat ending up completely robbed of the mobility. If anything, Sakurai was the least of my worries now. My mind processed but one emotion: dread. My whole body was under the control of fundamental primal impulse. Even though I hadn't been able to think straight for a while now, or rather, that was precisely why. The urge to flee, to run, to escape, to cast aside shame and pride, never turning back. Holy shit, Heldrich is like... He's really that scary, huh? Like, only his presence. How do you deal with him then? Unless I did that, I would be killed here tonight. Oh! Okay. That's Is that different? Is it different art style? Is it someone else? Is it the same guy? Or girl? I don't know if the artist is the guy or girl actually. Is it the same artist as always? Or it's someone else? It kind of feels like it's someone else. I like it though. However, a certain cringly fool was still hot in pursuit. She didn't matter one bit. I had no time to leave her. Hadn't she noticed it? Couldn't she feel sheer terror lurking behind that stare, that night irresistible lure towards death? Like the merciless pull of the black hole. Well, you're the only one being washed now. Sakurai, Wilhelm and Rusaka are formidable opponents worthy to be feared. But they all paled in comparison. The master of disguise. Whoa! Fuck, I'm not killing Sakurai, I'm running away from her. I don't care, I'm not killing her. Right, I had no time to deal with her. I twisted my body, forcing myself to take flight, away from the torrents of slashes. I was aware of how absurd this exercise was. I ran straight up at the speed of fast enough to shake off gravity, then took a sharp 90-degree turn to the right without so much as slowing down, causing the law of inertia to place the burden upon my whole body. My bones and flesh creaked under the strain. My body may have been sturdier than average human, but it still had its limits. After screwing up my landing and rambling out of the bridge, I needed a few seconds to take my next move. Sakurai called a counterattack following her declaration, cancelled my own action, leaving me in no better position than before. What could I do? Sakurai had no openings, nor could I lure her into the showing any. Oh, this sprite actually have a sword. Okay. Also, this episode is longer than I thought. Wow. Sakurai had no opening. Yeah. In this case, damn it. Was this really my only choice? Sakurai gave me a puzzled look for a moment. I could hardly blame her. Normally no one would be crazy enough to do this. I'd taken the couching start. The stance used to track at the field events, capable of exhibiting the highest amount of speed at the shortest possible time. In other words, a frontal breakthrough with no planning whatsoever. The bridge was one straight line, so if I rammed into Sakurai with a dashing attack, all I had left to do was to keep going and leave her in the dust. Makes sense. I'm out of water. No. Sakurai shot a stern glare in my direction. She might have realized what I was up to. No, that couldn't be the case. No one would expect me to just try and make a run for it in this situation. Yeah, of course I did. Charging a terrible on my might was solely the offensive maneuver. I had nothing in the way of defense. In other words, I was like begging for her counterattack. Oh, Sakurai held her sword at the ready, lowering her hips, narrowing her eyes, and assuming a counterattack stance. I'd already mastered most of my strength, so I couldn't turn around and flee. All I had left to do was keep moving forward and forward without stopping. I knew I would overcome defeat in my heart with a half-assed attempt at fleeing. Far beyond the point of goosebumps, I had shivers running down my spine without end. I was still feeling that inaccessible gaze bring down on me. I wanted to shout my true feelings at the world at large. Which is why I mobilized every fiber of my being to escape this place as soon as possible, otherwise I would... Mari, I'm sorry, but lend me your power. Okay, CG. I shot forward, like a speeding bullet. The piercing echo of my war cry washed my fear clean away. Sakurai blade moved ever so slightly before slowly shifting into clean, Slickening her perfect arc to intercept me. The sheer elegance of her strike would have no doubt drawn praise from all who witnessed it. She was pretty damn skilled, I give her to. I also remember what she had said earlier. My strong point lay in my destructive power, so you say you will just overpower her, huh? She may have been jack of all trades, but at times that would only prove to be one undoing against an opponent with a clear-cut and fruitfully outstanding single specialty. My very soul dwelt within this blade. If Sakurai genuinely thought she could shatter it, she was welcome to try. Yep. Yo! Sakurai flash of the strike hit me in the right flank, after which she swung upwards, with the intention of severing my whole arm, weapon and all. But the difference in our speed, weight, mass and strength of our souls allowed me to knock the tip of her sword in another direction. Sakurai's expression turned to a mask of impending death, but there was nothing more I could do. I had reached my current limit. My speed and power were effective in repelling Sakurai's attack, but I didn't have the composure, nor the ability to follow up with a finishing strike. Once I knocked her away with my tackle, I no longer paid any heed to Sakurai, making a run for it, as well it was my best option. Okay, I'm glad. Holy shit, I thought like we will like actually kill Sakurai anyway. Whew. Okay, she lives. Thank God. I know she's the enemy, but damn, I like her. I let out a shout of relief and elation, knowing that my gamble had paid off. All I had left to do was to get out of here as fast as I possibly could. Just then, someone blocked my way. Wait, what? Who was that? A regular person? That felt like most likely, given how I didn't notice they were there. If it was Wilhelm or Rusauka, I would stance them one way or another. Shit, I couldn't stop now. Whoever it was, they likely wouldn't make it out of here in one piece if I crashed into them. My eyes widened in horror of killing an innocent person, but then... That's Trifa! Look at that arm! That's his, like, sleeve! Yo! My body fell forward with an ear-splitting roar. The recoil knocked my feet into the air, and the asphalt exploded as though I'd crashed into a lump of steel. Trifa can overpower Ren, holy shit! I couldn't breathe, nor could I see. A single finger counterbalanced the high-speed kinetic energy that knocked even Sakurai down with ease. I had been attacked. I was merely stopped with a poke to the chest.
洞察力が足りませんね、レオンハルト。彼それさえ読めていれば別の手もあったでしょうに。まあよくやりました。
Upon hearing that gentle Sylphic tone, I couldn't match it up the person in my memories. I didn't want to.
しかしまあ、
Hi! Yep!
あなたは大したものだ、藤井さん。もはや生け捕りなどという半端では手に負いかねるということです。
Oh yeah, it is wonderful.
素晴らしい。
It is wonderful, and I think how wonderful it is we'll see in next episode. Why not? I will actually cut now, because this episode is pretty long, and we just meet Trifa. So with meeting Trifa, I think this is a good place to end, and see the conclusion of this in the next episode actually. Who knows, maybe I will do extra episode, or maybe normal episode. Maybe I will do extra episode actually, because this is pretty intense. So yeah, anyway, that will be it for this episode. Let me know in the comments, whose weapon, whose power, whose Agnerbere do you like most for now, from what we saw? Because I think like I like Kei Agnerbere the most, the sword. It's just like it's just a flaming sword, but maybe not. Okay, I may like the most Rusauka one, but in terms of like usage and who's using it and how, I think Kei is the top for me. In terms of like interesting thing, I think Rusauka is the most interesting, like have like the most interesting weapon. I think, at least from the glimpse what we had. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? And I will see you in the next one. So thanks for joining. Hope you're excited for the next one, because I am certainly. And I will see you in the next one. So thanks, and for now, Pocket Watch is going out.